Hey everybody, I'm Matt and I'm an instructor here in the journalism department. Today, we're going to be talking about a Zoom audio recorder. It's available for checkout in the equipment room, and we're going to go over a few tips on how to get the most out of this little thing. So this recorder, why use a sound recorder? Let's start there. So the microphones in the cameras that are available for checkout, they're okay. They're kind of just meant for kind of scratch audio. Yes, YouTubers use them a lot. But to get that really high quality sound, you need better microphones. Again, with the cameras, the manufacturers are more concerned about the sensor and the color and the features rather than the microphones themselves. So that's where these come in. So this is the Zoom H4n Pro. Again, this is the model that's available for checkout in the equipment room. And what's great about it is it has these two stereo microphones up here. So you can take this out and record and get some great, really cool nat sound from wherever you are on your shoot. The other great thing about it is it has these XLR and 1/4-inch inputs on the bottom. So you can plug in high quality microphones, even an output from like a soundboard if you're recording like a band or something, and it'll record right in here as well. Something that isn't available on, say, some of the Sony mirrorless cameras. So the pros to this, great sound quality. You can record in stereo with these two microphones, and then it has professional audio inputs. Some cons to this is that this is now a separate device that is recording your audio. So instead of like right now, my microphone is routed to this camera in front of me, and so as soon as I bring this into Premiere, the sound and the video are already synced up. If I'm using this, the sound is recorded on here, but the video is recorded on my camera, so I have two separate things to match up in Premiere. So just something to know. Now, granted, they've made that really easy to do. In Premiere, you can just right-click the audio tracks and say synchronize, and it'll synchronize them. But again, it's just one more step in post-production, so just think about that as you're choosing to use these. So let's walk through kind of the general rundown of this. So like I said, these are two microphones up here on top. What's cool about this is you can actually twist these. So there's a little 90 and 120 on the top. So if you want a really wide stereo mix, you can turn these both to 120, and that changes the pickup pattern on the microphones, so you get that even more spatial sound. Pretty cool. But I would say for most things, you can twist these to 90 degrees, which also makes it a little bit more directional as well. We have the large display, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then we have the record button, play, pause, next, front, back, all that stuff. Along this side here, you have your card slot, which just records onto SD cards, your record volume level, and then menu navigation. On this other side, you have USB to connect to your computer, and then power right here. And then here's also your headphone jack, also very critical. So things that you need to have when you check this out are obviously your recorder. You need an SD card that's smaller than 16 gigs. These are just picky with the type of SD cards that you can use with them. So right here, this is just a 2 gigabyte card that I have here. And then you have to have headphones. You have to have headphones. Yes, you will see meters on here, but if you're not actively monitoring your sound, you might be picking up a lot of radio noise, for instance, or you might hear some weird bird that's in the background of your audio track. So you need to have headphones. Have I said that yet? I don't think these are available for checkout from the equipment room, but you have wired headphones. And so again, the headphone jack is right here along the side. So I'm gonna pull out this SD card slot, and I'm gonna put my SD card in. So just like any SD card, just goes in there just like that. So you can see it says now loading. So just give this a second. So now that the card is loaded, we get this display is lit up, and you can see in the upper right we have a battery indicator. So right now I'm at full battery, which is really good. And I can also see the 00:000000. So basically like nothing's happening right now. So at this point, you might think to yourself, well, this is an audio recorder. Why is nothing happening? So the first thing you want to do is you want to look at these three buttons right here that say mic 1 and 2. So mic is these mics up here. So if you're just using this as like a NAT sound recorder, you're going to hit that mic button and it's going to take sound from these. If you're pulling in audio from either like a wireless microphone or a soundboard or something where you're using XLR or quarter inch, you're going to push 1 and 2 right here. So that's a very critical step. So if I'm using this as a separate audio recorder and I have a wireless lavalier hooked up to it, I want to make sure that I hit 1 and 2 and then plug my lavalier in here. Okay? So, but for now, I just want to show you guys, so we're just going to hit mic right up there. So what's great is this shows, this red light is indicating that I'm on the mic setting. So now still, we're on the mic setting, we have our SD card loaded, why is nothing happening? Well, we have to hit record. So, and this is so critical. If you miss anything else in this video, don't miss this. So you can see, this is basically just armed for recording. This is not recording. I'm going to put this in big letters. This is not recording. Okay? So, but what's great about this is now, if I were to plug headphones in, I see my monitors. So you can see if I stop talking, then if I snap, now they're working, right? If you see a blinking light, you are not recording. But what's great is now I see these levels, and if I were to plug these headphones in, I would hear that stereo mix. So now to actually start recording, we're going to hit the record button, and our clue that we're recording is a solid ring around the record button and that our numbers are going. So if your numbers aren't going, if you see that 00:0000, you are not recording, and if that red light is blinking, you are also not recording. But now I can see that the red light is solid, and I can see my numbers are going up. So now I know that I am in fact recording. So if I hit record again, you notice that you can make little markers in the sound file. If you were to bring this into Adobe Audition, those would show up in your file. But to actually stop recording, I'm going to hit stop. It's going to write it to the card, and then now you're kind of back to square one. Again, we're not monitoring anything right now. We don't see the levels, but we have recorded that file. So that's a great way to get some NAT sound using this great audio recorder. So not only does this recorder have the XLR and quarter inch inputs on the bottom, it also has an external mic input right here. So this, if you didn't have an XLR or quarter inch and you just had a 3.5 millimeter connection from a microphone or something, you could plug that in here as well. And just like with before, you need to make sure you hit the 1 and 2 so that it registers that on the back. Okay, so I want to show you guys how to manually set the recording level for the internal mics on the Zoom H4n Pro. So you can see right now I'm talking, but the level is really, really low. So I want to fix that. So I'm going to hit the menu button on the side here. I'm going to go to Input, and then I'm going to scroll down here to the Level Auto. So right now this Level Auto is off, which is good. If you did want to turn it on, you just need to go back and make sure you're not recording, dive back into the menu, and make sure that it just scroll down to on, just like that. But I'm going to get us back, and now that we're recording, or we're armed for recording again, our levels are really low. Now I'm going to push this record level button on the side, and you can see now my mic level is coming up from below 1 to now we're up in the 40, now we're up at 50, and now you can see I'm getting good levels. So say you're in a really loud environment like a construction site or something like that, you might need to have your mic level really far down so that way you're not clipping your audio. But in this studio environment, around 50 is a pretty good level. You can see if I go higher, and if I were to bring this closer, you can see now that we are peaking the audio. So you can see those two little bars on the far right side, they're solid black. And you can see if I'm quiet, eventually they'll turn back clear. But now I'm gonna drop this back down so we can see that. So anyway, so in the menu setting, first make sure that auto level is off. And then over here on the side, you can just change your record level up and down depending on the sound level of the environment that you're trying to record in. So this recorder is a great option for high quality sound inputs and awesome stereo nat sound. Again, to do stereo nat sound, you need to make sure you're on the mic setting. And then when you hit record, you aren't recording yet until the light is solid and the numbers are going up. So I hope you guys enjoyed checking out this recorder, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video.